Welcome back, Toddler Tribe, to another episode of the podcast. Today, I'm talking about how we talk to kids about tantrums. And I know it sounds a little funky, right? Because there's an explosion, there's a meltdown, there's a body on the floor, and the next words that come out of your mouth matter very much. And sometimes it feels like it doesn't because they're being so loud, or it seems like they're so out of control that whatever you say, it's not going to matter. I promise you it does at a subconscious level. And here's why. Toddlers who are in the throes of a tantrum or a meltdown are experiencing, as you know, huge feelings, huge emotions, a lack and a loss of control in their body. And what you say next either makes them believe that those huge feelings they don't know how to process and that body control that they can't seem to get under control is either a product of the tantrum or a product of their identity. Wow, big statement, right? Yes, but it's also true. So recently, I was hanging out with my goddaughter, and I absolutely adore her mom. Adore her. Like, we are besties. And she has a unique language that she uses when she talks to her kids. And she has older kids too, and I've known her the entire time. And so it's just kind of her lexicon. We've talked about this, right? The words that come out of your mouth repeatedly without you even thinking about them, they just are the way you talk. Maybe they were the way you were talked to when you were little, and maybe not. Maybe they've become habitual language patterns over time, and now they just are what pop out when a certain situation is facing you. And so, this 18-month-old little one who is really quite a love and has, I would say, relatively infrequent tantrums, lost it. To the floor, she went. Legs flailing, arms flailing, voice yelling. And I say, wow, you're having some big feelings right now. And her mom, oh, I love her so much. She goes, oh, that's a nice way to say it. I call it an ass attack. Okay, so let's break this down, shall we? It is funny when you think about it just from the adult haha perspective, but put yourself in the experience of the toddler. What do you say when they start to have a tantrum? Ugh, another tantrum? Or, oh, not this again? Why do you always melt down when we try to leave the house? What do you say? This is tricky stuff because I want you to know that inside this episode, I'm holding a really safe space for you to be reflective on the words that automatically, that's the key word, come out of your mouth. Not intentionally. That subconscious trigger unlocks that locked door, as Malcolm Gladwell calls it, and what comes out is essentially pre-recorded. I am not here to tell you that what you're doing is right or wrong. I am not here. I do not want you to walk away from this episode being like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this all wrong. And own that as part of your identity. No, full stop. That's not why we're here. You are a listener and a follower of this show because you have a deep intention to learn and grow as a parent. And that includes becoming more aware of and intentional with the words that come out of your mouth, right? So it's just a learning opportunity. They all are. Okay, so let's sit inside the toddler's perspective. They are having hormonal fluctuations of feeling that are off the charts. Their anxiety and cortisol levels are rising and falling as well. And their body is floppy and feeling out of control. The first very important thing to remember if you are sitting inside that toddler's perspective is it actually does not feel good. It is not fun to have a meltdown. It's not. And so if the words people are using make you feel like you have ownership of it, make you feel good or bad about yourself, in this case, bad, right? Because of these chemical reactions that are happening inside your body, then we now have a larger issue. So what can we say? What can we say to make sure that we are doing what I'm doing for you here, holding space for them in the moment, but also helping them understand what is happening? They don't know. I've said this before and I'll say this again, probably many times. Kids do not wake up in the morning and sit inside a cognitive thought process that says, I wonder how many meltdowns I can have today to upset my mom, my dad, my caregiver, my grandma, my teacher. They don't. They wake up in the morning with the same desire they have every day as growing humans. They want to do well. They want actually to please you, to make you happy. They want to feel good inside their bodies. There are just moments throughout the day where they're not capable of doing it. So here are a few things that you can say to kids who are mid-meltdown, whether you think they're hearing you or not, and walk away feeling good about what you said. Wow, you are having some big feelings right now. I wonder what you're feeling right now. I can see that your body is not in control. I wonder if that doesn't feel good to you. Your voice is really loud right now. You are getting out some feelings. They're loud feelings, but they're coming out of you. Do you notice what I'm doing? I'm narrating what I see. I'm labeling things for what they are. There's nothing here that a child can take and own as an identity of their goodness or their badness. Now, if you happen to know why they are melting down, then you can tap into that too. Now, remember, we're not here to learn. Inside the tantrum is not where you have the true teachable moment. It's inside the tantrum where you have the reflective moment, where you are that coach, that guide that's getting them through to the other side. But if you know what the issue is, in this case, it was the changing of an upcoming diaper, you can talk to that too. You have a dirty diaper. It needs to be changed. You really wish it didn't. You don't love being on the changing table, do you? Now you're talking to the feeling itself. I hope this is really helpful and that you're visualizing moments in your children's or your students' day where you know that they have some difficulty and bump up against a struggle repeatedly, and that next time they fall apart, you have some new language to use. that opens that communication channel and invites them in, helps them actually come back to calm much faster, because you know for yourself that when somebody reflects for you, you feel understood. You feel heard and listened to. Even if the way that the communication is happening is a toddler losing it, you can help them feel heard, understood, and listened to. And there is a much higher likelihood that that tantrum is going to melt away faster, and that the two of you can come to an agreement on how to move forward. I am really not sure what's happening in your world right now. My only job is to give you tools and resources. And if you're looking for more, to give you support in that way as well. I would love nothing more than for you to schedule a complimentary connection call to hear what is going on in your world and to be able to support you through it. Just use the link in the show notes to do it. All right, until our next episode, all of you out there in our growing toddler tribe, stay mindful and proactive as we transform the toddler years.